like the taste of the actual broth. Pretty simple, really.
Yeah, it was a bit more salty than I expected. And
Might have actually. I used salt reduced
I love
chicken stock.
my salt. I probably would have had less salt in it.
Yeah,
But it
I
had
don't put
good
any salt in it.
flavours. The dumplings I liked.
Yeah. Cold, is it now? 14 degrees. My goodness, it's winter.
And I've got that other bin to put out yet.
Do it if you like.
Well, I can't right now, it's raining. I've got the recycle out. I've got to do the green bin.
Not much in there, is there? Just food waste.
It's every week.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's food waste. It's going every week regardless of what we've got in there, because especially some of the smell.
I'll try and mow the lawn tomorrow.
It's supposed to be thunderstorms.
Yeah, but it don't rain for a while. Give it a go.
So what is this update fixing? It doesn't tell you enough info. Oh, includes over 100 new emojis. Have you actually looked at your
No.
emojis?
No.
8 new wallpapers.
More rain. down to 9 tonight.
Heater weather.
No, it's not that cold inside.
How warm you get. Put the fan on, I don't think it needs to be full.
I don't think we need the fan on. It's getting down to 9. Jackson was quite aware today, wasn't he?
Seems a bit more settled with this strip routine she's been sticking to.
Yes. Hello, goodbye, JP. It's just one of those things. We don't have daylight saving because we have so much sun we don't need to get another hour of it.
Who's that?
JP's popping in and going. He's going to bed.
Oh, good night, JP.
Just when I was going to put on the strippers. It doesn't matter. Cold here, mate. My goodness, it's going down to 9 tonight. Very unusual.
I don't like the start.
Heaps of rain. Probably had an inch of rain today. Good morning, BMAC. How are you?
Hey, baby.
It's Canadian weather here. It's 9 degrees tonight.
I'm not in the room because I'm updating my phone.
It sounds like a song, JP. I can't stay. I have to go.
You can have this charger when I'm finished.
That's good. Good night. And may your God go with you. It's 8 right now, up a couple of degrees from last night. Well, 9 degrees is cold for us, but I know you're probably in your keenies, putting sun lotion on. Yeah, lots of rain.
Maybe I'll sleep anymore.
Most rain I've ever seen in my life here.
I know we've had more than this.
No, I don't think so.
Just think what the weather was this time last year.
Well, it was over 100 every day.
So I'm saying.
I was meaning to ask you, mate, have you got a dog? Do you take a dog for a walk? Have you got a pet moose? No dog. I'm watching a couple of videos from an old Canadian guy that feeds raccoons at his house. My goodness. He had 25 and they're all fat. He feeds them hot dogs,
Biscuit.
Oreo biscuits, dog food. And the rain tumbles down. Yeah, I've seen videos where they attack people, like territorially, I guess, but he feeds them. It's like they're really fat, they're round. Hello, Troy. How are you? Yeah, they're bloody huge. They must weigh, I don't know, a good 25, 30 kilo each raccoon. They're just so fat. You bought out 10 pounds of hot dogs. They disappeared in a minute.
Didn't you do 2 lots of hot dogs in
You
the
did? Yeah,
video
we
you
got
showed
more.
me? Yeah.
Just unbelievable. Like, I've seen raccoons many a time, but on video, and never seen them that round. They're just round, aren't they? They're so fat. I think what I've seen years ago, I saw a guy had a couple of pet raccoons, and then they grew up, and then come mealtime, they were attacking each other's throat. They have, it's just all for one. Yeah, I think that's why these buggers are fat, because they just don't know when to stop eating. Mind you, I only watched the video yesterday and it was only a day old, so it's that time of the year. I guess raccoons go into some sort of hibernation way up north, I guess.
They said they disappear at a certain time of the year and then different ones come back. But I thought they were territorial. And
Well,
sort
that's
of-
why they're territorial.
They stay in the area, but the babies obviously have to go off when they go to find their own territory. From
Different
what you're
mobs
saying.
move, I guess. All animals are pretty similar that way.
Well, do they hibernate?
I guess they do, to a certain extent. But plus when it gets minus 40, it might be wise for a raccoon to be all fat and sitting in some hole.
I do think they're cute the way they eat.
Like little hands.
Yeah.
Kangaroos do the same thing.
Yeah, I suppose they're pests to a lot of people, but I think they're cute.
So do you have a cat, B-Mac?
Gee, B-Mac, just tell him to rack off if he's asking
No, I'm
all
just
these.
curious
I'm
because
just kidding.
up in Canada, we know lots of people in Canada, and some people have some strange pets like rabbits. Hello, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Get ready for work. Oh, that's my ass scratcher, Danny.
That's why I put it there.
Yeah, it's a back scratcher. We went away for the weekend, caught up with some friends, had a good time. Used to have a cat that was really old and dying. Won't get another. Yeah, we lost our dog 10 years ago and we haven't got another dog since. Mind you, there's plenty of animals in the family. But we want to get another dog. Hear that cold wind? Nine degrees it's getting down to, Danny G. And 2 days ago it was 100. So what's been happening in everyone's world? Anything exciting? Or just run of the mill? Or you've won lotto? '70s during the day, that's not too bad. I'm in hunting season window this week. What are you going to be hunting? If I lived in Canada and if I could get a license to do it, I'd definitely take down a moose each year, fill the freezer.
Not with me, you wouldn't.
What?
Not with me, you wouldn't.
No, you just eat it. curmudgeons after deer and moose. Yeah, I reckon one moose would fill your freezer. Can't take a female moose down, of course. Got to go for a buck. I know how big moose are, but up north in our country we have water buffalo, and they're enormous. They're tanks. Right. You do go hunting, VMAC. You often go out to the field and bag several carrots, the odd turnip, rutabaga. Yeah, but the weather's just weird. Like I say, this time last year it was 100 degrees every day for months. Thank you very much. Kind of real man. This time of the year, VMAC, in Canada in particular, right now, people who grow food obviously try and preserve a lot of it. I've got friends in Canada that do that right now. Pickle, freeze. Even in my freezer, I've got quite a lot of produce out of my garden, cut up and put in bags to use when I need. Hello, Jojo. Guy goes into the club. The bouncer stops him. No tie, no entry. He walks back into the car, finds a tie. All he found were jumper cables, so he put them around his neck like a tie and goes back in and says, yeah, when I lived as a boy in the UK, my grandfather used to have a pantry below the house. Jumper cables, so he puts them around his neck like a tie. He goes back in and says, how's this? The bouncer says, I'll let you in, but don't start anything. Ah, boom, boom. JJ, you got to do that video. Playing on the ivories. Then tell a joke. Play some more music. I'm telling you, it'll go viral.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Meat is ready. You should give it a go, mate. You don't have to put your face on camera. Although your beauty alone would stun the audience. Just your fingers on the piano. And you could actually title it, here's a bit of marketing for you. Tickling the Ivories. You know, Joe, tickling. Tickling the Ivories with Jojo. Yes, a smile and a grimace. Both look similar. one of my daughters is going in to have an ankle operation. She's played a lot of sport in her life, and some things need to be fixed. Ligaments, tendons, they've got to be fixed. So she's got to go for an operation. And she lives north of us by a long way. But the text message I got was, going in for op, make sure you provide lots of meals for me and the kids. Righto. Supposed to do reading for the old guys at the home this year at the Remembrance Day. Isn't that today? I'm just wondering whether Remembrance Day is
I
today
can't
in the
check the
US.
date. Ours is,
I think it's 11th.
ours is the same then. in
Yeah, it'd be
2
the
days.
same. Yeah, they'll be the same in Canterbury, the 11th.
I got my copies today. No, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I imagine they're probably not going to do it. Maybe you could do it. Is there a speaker system within the facility that you could utilise VMAC and not be in the same room as them? Just a thought. Yep, same here. On the 11th hour of the 11th day. Lest we forget. Jojo says hello.
Hello, I'm updating my phone so I'm not in the room.
Knee often from running since the beginning of the year in COVID. Yeah, I don't think they'll have any priority for elective surgeries any for a while.
What is, what's the name actually having done to a foot?
It's tendons and ligaments, so they've got to be reattached to the bone, I guess.
That's microsurgery, isn't it?
No, it's just surgery. No, I suppose they'll be using some sort of device, but unfortunately, in our state, we'll be having Remembrance Day. No restrictions. There's not too many World War II vets left. Well, usually one obvious thing, Jojo, is that either a middle finger comes out or a thumb goes up. And I bet you have the same bugle played on Remembrance Day, VMAC.
The last post.
Sorry, I hit enter too soon.
Hang on, that's not right. I just got the wrong song. That's Anzac Day.
Just remember, it's also Reveille, so it's like the end.
Remember, we stood at the front with a candle because we couldn't.
That was Anzac,
That was Anzac. That's the last post.
but it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, you do the bagpipe, yeah. It's one of those things, and I'm not trying to be over dramatic. We should never forget the remembrance of people sacrificing their life for their country is simply them trying to protect what we have. And we don't want to do this war thing anymore. So no one should forget. Well, there's always a bonus there, Jojo. Senior discounts. Don't knock them. You might get 10% off your next Ferrari. If they're going home like at the military. Oh, yeah. I've always thought that you could make a great comedy in nursing home. There'd be funny characters, good nurses, bad nurses, cheeky buggers, because that's what a nursing home's like.
Oh, it's not raining.
Yep, there you go. That's one way to answer that, Jojo. It's not me, it's you. Laughing gas, yes. I was a kid, I used to have that. Didn't make me laugh. All I remember is spinning. There's everything spinning. Waiting for God. Yeah, Ricky Gervais did one. It was quite funny. But you can just imagine that the amount of anger and all these things that are real, depression, and yet in a nursing home there's always someone who's funny. The wife used to work in a nursing home, and you get people that are just grumpy, and there are people that are funny. This was an old BBC. That's right. What's the point of having eliminated in contents of a fridge if you're not going to open it at night time? I remember as a kid, this is what I would hear. Man, Wednesday night, it was always stories on the radio, and it would be, "This is the BBC. Tonight's episode of blah, 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 in a haunted house." Used to huddle around the radio. We could do one, BMAC, we could call it Boit Retirement Village, because lots of the people we know have retired. Yes, I understand that sentiment, Jojo. This is a CBC production. Be right back. She's going to get chocolate or coffee, or probably both. I remember listening to a comedy on the BBC where it was a ghost story, but it was funny because what it was, he said, you can hear the ghost walking up the steps and you hear tap, 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 tap. And he said to the other person, can you hear those? And the lady said, no, it's just me tapping on a pencil on the desk to make it sound like there's a ghost coming. Don't be absurd. It's not elective. I'm walking with a limp. Sounds like ligaments to me. I was supposed to have an operation over nearly 15 years ago. I didn't. The doctor said we'll have to move both ligaments on both knees inwards. I didn't really know what he meant, but yes, I would think that would be very funny, Danny. Who would be running the nursing home? Hello, Texas. How are you? Two representatives of the big state. It'd be funny, really funny. I think we should get Gerald 9000 to run the nursing home. Because when someone plays up in the nursing home, you can say, bam, you're gone. Doing well. Bloody cold though. Actually, I just finished making 8 pork schnitzels. Oh, VMAX here. I didn't say anything about pork. Yep, she would. Rock stars and Subway for everyone. In the White House, you'd say rock stars and Subway. Does anyone want cries with that? Sounds like a good idea. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tex.
Right.
His wife passed away on October the 12th.
Oh.
Very, very sad to hear that. I know what loss is like, and I can tell you, like, and it's true. Parts of you die as well. Nothing you can do about it. Oh, you're back in now.
Yep, I've just finished. I've got to give all my kisses.
That's right, Night Rider.
Oh, I can smell your insecticide.
Yeah, friends of ours came round today and I showed them my homemade pesticide. And I said, you can take the top off and smell it if you like. I couldn't believe that she couldn't smell it. You and the big fella were standing about 10 feet away and you went, whoa. She said, I can hardly smell it. I thought, wow. It's good stuff. Just chili and garlic. She was updating her phone, VMAC. Bloody updates on Apple now. So regular and things glitch, like I couldn't load a normal Google page.
Yeah.
And then I checked, I needed an update and it was fixed straight away.
Supposed to have 100 new emojis. Let's have a look what I can flood the room with.
Oh, good.
I can't see. Yeah, there's a few that I had seen other people use that I've never had. Oh, look, I can do lips. That one's for you, B-Mac. Oh, I wonder if there's new stars. Let's have a look. No.
Apparently Danny doesn't get a hello. No,
that's
no.
who I missed.
Put the hand up, Danny. Talk to the hand.
I'll give you that, and that, and another one, and that.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry to hear that, Tex. That's a lifetime, 20 years. No. And same goes with cats, Jojo. Remember one of my cats years ago, I'd taken some mince out. I'd covered it with a tea towel. I went down the shop to get some onions and whatever it was, come back, and the cat had eaten 2.5 pounds of mince. It was pretty obvious. She was looking at me on the floor and her stomach was the size of a basketball. Oh, here we go. No VMAX complaining.
Well, it's just because I missed Danny. I felt guilty. I'm seeing what other new ones I got.
Is there not a chocolate emoji?
Oh yeah, there's always been a chocolate one.
Yeah.
Which I usually give VMAC, but I couldn't find it. Oh yeah, Leroy. I
What's
could
that?
do that. Vanessa, bless her soul. She does
Oh,
all
the English
emoji.
lass. I
Yeah.
remember her, yeah.
Let's see
She
what
just
else.
emojis everything.
Yeah. Oh look, I don't ever remember that one. There's one for VMAC.
Was that chocolate?
No, it was a beach.
Oh, a beach. Just like a beach umbrella.
Oh yeah, that's new. That one's new. I'm gonna get booted for doing too many emojis. I've never had that face I just put in.
Yeah, it's cold here. Yeah, I remember an old lady telling me text, and I'm not saying this for any other reason, it's true what she said. She lost her husband tragically. She was about 70. And she said for about the first 5 years, her metaphor was life was like walking on broken glass every day. I get what she was meaning. And eventually she said the glass turned to sand. It was still uncomfortable. But she did say something that I've always used and think that it's a great policy. Pain, in any form, emotive, any type of pain at all, is a reminder that you are alive. And she said also that my husband would have been grumpy at her, saying, just get on with it. So I get it. I know what she's saying. It doesn't go away, but
No,
it gets a
never
bit,
does.
eases a bit as time passes. Be negative. What's the most common blood?
A positive.
Is it
yeah.
AB?
A positive, A negative, AB.
I think it's AB, I'm not sure.
O is the rarest, isn't it?
What's the rhesus monkey blood type? Is that O?
VMAX an expert
AB,
on
there we go.
blood. So
Joe
AB
confirmed.
and O is the
There's a
rarest.
rhesus factor in one of the blood types.
My dad was O.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. Mum was an A.
A plus tex. I don't know what mine is.
I'm A positive. So are my kids. Everybody, I think that's one thing that should be tattooed somewhere on your foot or somewhere, what blood type you are, that if ever
Why?
you need it, they can just look for a tattoo and know straight away what to give you.
Well, they'll just give you a plasma if they're not sure.
No, I still reckon that should be tattooed. Yeah, I'm an A positive.
Lots of people give blood to the blood bank, which is good, because you can't grow it. And there is some process where you can actually save your own blood, and it's banked. I think you pay for that, for the privilege. Right, he's going to be right back. That means when he comes back, you've got to give him a star.
Yep.
I
Definitely.
haven't seen Mel tonight. She must be busy.
About
Important
the
stuff.
Important stuff.
AB plus in Canada, about 3% of the population is AB, and more is being hounded for plasma. Yeah, it's one of those things that can be life-saving for sure.
All right.
Righto,
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for the video driving down the road that I can't watch because it'll
Yeah.
be banned in my country. Danny, have a good day at work. Stay safe. I'll have you know, VMAC, I've got all sorts of things growing in the garden that you would consume. Eggplant, chilies, beans, pumpkins, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe. The Americans call it cantaloupe. We call it rock melon. Blueberries. Actually, there's a heap of blueberries in it, I forgot to tell you. Need to go down to picking.
Oh, yum. I will, because I didn't get any today.
Yeah. Lots of tomatoes. Lettuce. I'm letting a few plants go to seed so I can save my own. They have a common enemy. Yep. They do.
Yeah, eggplant. I've heard a lot of people say that.
I'll give you a tip with eggplant, BMAC. Just try it. It's up to you. Well, several ways to do it, but because people just slice an eggplant and try and fry it. There's too much liquid in there. So if you get a bowl and slice your eggplant, just put a little bit of lemon juice on first, for the obvious reason, and then put a handful of salt, mix it all in for about 20 minutes, and then wash it out. And a lot of the liquid comes out of the eggplant. You still got slices, and then you can simply coat them in flour if you want to, or seasoned flour. Or, I wouldn't use breadcrumbs.
Oh, I have. I've had it once done in breadcrumb. I liked it.
But that way it's not so sloppy, because a lot of people say, I cook it, but it just goes to mush, and that's why. Sort of like a brine it for 20 minutes with salt, rinse all the salt off, let it dry. You've got to really let it dry, and just a simple seasoned flour, and then into a pan of oil and butter. You do that, my issue is in the actual cooking. Well, it's got to be medium high. You can't do it medium and you can't do it high. Yeah, well, the salt should definitely make it more tender. I know what you mean. I've cooked it on and off, and I think it's a lot of faffing around, to be honest. I'm mainly growing eggplant for my daughter-in-law. She says she likes it. She makes the eggplant palmy and also the eggplant lasagna. But it's used a lot in stir fries in Greece, Italy. They don't really use it as a main meal. It's a side dish like zucchini, if you know what I mean. Very similar, actually, zucchini. But I'll be pickling my cucumbers probably in another 4 or 6 weeks. I like making my bread and butter pickles. I love them. Yeah, sometimes a lot of faffing around, Leroy. It is nice, but if you get it like a fritter and you get it right, it's okay. It's something, I'll be honest, it's something I wouldn't go to a restaurant and order, but I'd probably muck around at home cooking it. Well, just go into the kitchen and say, cook, how do you make this thing taste so good?
Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah, I do it all the time. All around the world, I say, can I go in the kitchen? They go, yeah, sure. How'd you make that? If you don't ask, you don't get. Angela, retired husband is often a wife's full-time job.
Yeah, actually, I remember my mum saying when Dad retired, oh, I wish he'd find something to do. But it wasn't often Dad wasn't busy.
I hung all those pictures up, those that were here the other night when I bought, it was like a boot sale. And I went down and I picked up 6 paintings, 6 prints of a famous Australian photographer who paints and takes photos.
I had to do that, VMAC, on porridge.
Deep fried tongue. And the thing is, when you do burn your tongue, it's with you all day, which is a pain in the ass. I'll tell you what might work. I've never done it, but maybe you could batter the eggplant, VMAC. Like a tempura type batter, I'm thinking. Yeah, apples and things like berries, my goodness, they stay hot. I'll often bake a pie and want to eat it straight away. Even with ice cream, you get to a bit where you get a berry that's like 5,000 degrees.
Oh, mushrooms hold their heat too. Yeah.
I cooked well, it ended up being a chicken type soup, but it had all different types of veggies in it, a bit of smoked chicken, and some dumplings. It was nice. I love apple pie. Always have. Welcome back, Tex.
Oh, quick. There you go. Actually, I think I've missed. I missed stars for VMAC before. There you go, VMAC. There's your stars.
That's true. That would be a drinking problem. Be incredible feat to hold 11 bottles. Yeah, it's really good. I half thought about a quick 2-minute steam of the veggies, but I thought no.
Oh, that was
so I didn't.
yum.
It was yum. It's half potato and half mixed veg shredded. I got mine from the supermarket. The only reason I did it because it went down from like $4 for the packet of mixed veg shredded to 50 cents. And I thought I'll make something with that.
Right, here's someone we haven't seen for a while.
Hello. How are you? It's fig leaf. That's right. Yeah, they're sort of potato pancakes, but they're definitely different because then there was shredded beetroot, carrot, cabbage, you name it, corn, all sorts of stuff. When I first picked it, I thought I could make a good slaw out of that. But when I got home, I thought, no, I'll try this.
It was the second batch you made, you added a hint of curry powder. I actually prefer it without.
Yeah, the second bit, I just add a bit of curry powder. So a bit like a bhaji. You can do a really good similar thing with just onions. Most underrated is the onion. College is the opposite of kidnapping. They demand 100,000 from you, or they send your kids back. That's true. It also, VMAC makes a good sort of thing to put a bit of something on top of it, like a presentation if you want to get all fancy.
What's that?
Like if, say, you had a nice bit of fillet steak and you'd cook 2 or 3, or one big one of that veggie, crunchy and crispy.
Oh, for your meat eaters in the family, yeah.
Yeah, and put a bit of meat on top of it, fancy sauce and all that. It's a reunion tonight. It's like the class of '66. We know Shamo is just about to have his winter hibernation coming up. Worked all summer. Just another few seasons, Shamo, it'll be all over. You'll be knitting in your chair as everyone else is at work. Now, that's something to look forward to. Did you want a cuppa?
You can make it.
Well, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, well, I'll take this phone in. They can watch you make it.
What? No, I'm not going to watch me make the coffee.
Yeah.
No.
We'll get everybody to say.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. I think, in hindsight, I'd say no, because you're cooking it and a little bit of oil, the penetration may be better in the fry pan than in the oven. In the oven, you might get the outside nice, but the inside still a bit raw. Look, it was still al dente, but not cooked all the way through, and certainly not crispy. But give it a go. Do it.
It was
Cooking
crispy.
is alchemy. Get back to me next week and tell me how good it turned out in the oven.
Do it both ways, BMAC, and then you can decide and then let us know what you think. Yours were nice and crispy.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you put them in the oven first, the base would get crispy on the bottom and the top would get a bit gammy, whereas in the fry pan you do both. So you're going to film making coffee.
Yeah, which phone are you on? Which phone are you?
I'm
This one?
broadcasting on that one. I don't know why you want them to show how to make coffee.
I'll give them something to look at.
Are they going to watch the kettle boil?
I'll just show them your bottom.
Yeah, right.
I could do it fried, but only have as a red treat. Okay. I reckon you should do it both ways, VMAC. Hey, check these out. I don't know who's seen these. Look at these. Aren't they cute? Guess what they are? See that? They're dog beds. Yes, dog beds. Prize goes to Leroy. I don't know if I'm not tall enough. Suits has hung one of the pictures up. Man, I have to stand back here for you to see it. Yeah. See, does that look good on the wall? Were you wearing flip-flops? BMAC asked.
What?
She asked if you were wearing prison flip-flops.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to buy a B-class van. What's it to you?
Oh my God, it's like a production
In
line.
here is my coffee. It's called Moccona. You do it this way so they can see. It's called Moccona. It's like a granulated. So I just have one heaped teaspoon. Goes in like that. Yes, we'll leave the teaspoons in the container.
Yeah, I do, because I hate soggy, wet spoons.
This one is the white
All right,
coffee.
see you. See you, Star.
It's
Tex is
very-
going.
See you, Tex. This is a very powdery coffee. It's okay.
That the little touch. No, you're taking too much off.
Oh,
Now one shake, one little one. Yeah, that's good. Yep, go. That's yep.
OCD or what?
Oh, come on, put it in my little cup.
Right, so that's that one. Now, I don't have any sugar, but I just pinch between my fingers for the white sugar, and I don't have any sugar. It's nearly over. Might give him birth.
Make sure you put them the right way back in the cupboard.
Yes, yeah.
You didn't put the little lights on.
No, I didn't. Because I don't have to. Wait a minute.
Oh, hang on. Yep.
Now we use full cream milk because that's what comes out the damn cow.
You got to put the milk in before the hot water.
Well, you don't have to, but we do.
It makes the coffee taste better.
About that much milk?
That deserves more than 2 thumbs up now. Come on, people.
What?
Oh, look what I've hung around the house. Look.
Look away there, mate. I made cost me $7 to make 8 big pork schnitzels.
Hold it still. You're like too close.
Pork schnitzel.
I like real brewed coffee strong. Yeah, there's 3 rules in the...
We like percolated coffee as well.
3 things that should be rich. Men, chocolate and coffee.
Did you show them
coming. Wait. Huh?
Add water.
Yes, VMAC, I know.
Did you show the little pictures in the bedroom?
No, not yet.
We could have carrot cake with this.
Oh, yeah. No, people don't like to hear you eat.
Fair enough.
Hang on, I'm just going to do a taste test.
Right. It'll be good. Yeah, those little photos on the wall. They're part of the other ones that we bought. Outback Australia.
I'm just that little bit short.
I'll just show them the other ones in the other bedroom.
So he turns the light up before I'm out of the room. Yeah.
And that shows some of the trees in Australia, the gums and the boa.
Oh, I'll just read this. Yeah, I know. See, they're pretty. I just turned the outside light off on him accidentally. Hang on, I've got to give him his phone back so I can bring my coffee back out.
So far the recipes, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe the
Ah, there you go.
Yes, I picked all those prints up for $60, which was a bargain. If you found out one of them worth a couple hundred. But I just like them. Ah, so you had it with you. Yeah, I made you can pickle eggplant. Never done it myself. I think the most common way eggplant's used is they put it in stir fry. My girlfriend is always stealing my t-shirts and sweaters, but if I take one of her dresses, suddenly we need to talk. Yeah? Yeah, bread and butter pickles I make with cucumbers are always crunchy. I love it. Because you get flushes of cucumbers, you can make a heap up. See, I might just put a link in.
Of
Have a
what?
look. I don't know. We should go and have a look. Walmart CA. There you go. Unicode, eggplant in oil. That'd be something you'd add as a side dish, I imagine. Looks all right. That is carrot cake, ladies and gentlemen. It's just for VMAC. It's a big piece of cake. I thought we were going to go halves.
No, it's got to be eaten. Bless me.
I've always had the ability, if I see something like that, I think I can give that a go.
in oil. I don't know.
I don't think I'll eat all that. It's huge.
I said what you can, there has to be eaten.
It's a monster. Look at the size of the bloody thing. I mean, if you're on the island and you're lost, shipwreck, that'll last you a couple of weeks.
See you, Jojo.
Oh, it is nice carrot cake, trust me. It's a beaut. See you, Jojo. Have a good one, mate.
Oh, VMAC. It's the best carrot cake ever. To be honest, this is probably the main cake we buy from there. We never... You make your own, but this
I
one...
like banana cake and carrot cake. I'm
But
not
this one
fussed
they just
on
make
much
so
else.
nice.
Yes, it's cream cheese icing.
Oh, the grandkids love it too.
Yeah, it's one of the cakes that all the kids like, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought Superstore was the big chain in Canada. I'll eat a bit for you in a moment, and then you'll get that euphoria feeling go through, VMAC, like I'm sharing it with you. Best I can do. Emailing a carrot cake, for me, has never worked. Coffee and carrot cake. Yeah, it's a good combination. Actually, if you go to a cafe or bakery where they have table and chairs, you get a piece of carrot cake and a coffee. It's about $10. Let's give this a go. Let's tear a little section off.
We're going to leave a bit for the room.
Yep.
There we go, we'll share with you.
Yep, I actually like zucchini cake as well.
Yes, isn't it moist?
Mm. Someone did,
Yum.
about 6 months ago on YouTube, VMAC, I saw someone make a banana and zucchini. That was nice. But I couldn't eat much more. It's huge.
I know.
It was, before I tore that piece off, about 6 inches long, about 4 inches high and about 4 inches wide.
Sometimes she makes them bigger than other times, doesn't she?
Yeah, sometimes they're a bit smaller and sometimes even a bit bigger. That icing's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might save that piece to have tomorrow.
There's another piece there.
That's right. Some of the kids will be coming around tomorrow.
No. I've just got to go and say that thing for him.
Got to do what?
Be right back. What are you getting? So the curtain, the eyelets. I have to go look in my sewing box tomorrow.
So are you adjusting the curtain or you...
Sewing eyelets on it so...
But then you've got to cut the eyelets out.
No, I've got a stamp thing that does it all automatically. I just got to remember how to use it.
Have you got the eyelets?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good sized coffee cup, so you can see it was a decent sized piece of cake. T-Mac's gone to the fridge to get a piece of cake, maybe, and a coffee. But those coffees you saw us make,
That's it.
there's
That's all
about 90% of Australians, that's how they have their coffee. We do like percolated coffee, cappuccino. Is that my room? What's he talking about?
It probably hasn't pushed.
Bit leg?
Yeah. Probably when I was showing the pictures.
You're welcome to, Chamo. You stay in that room for free. It only costs you $3,000 to fly here and back. You know that Canadian couple we met, the girls, and you got info from one of them recently.
Yeah.
Did you put her in line with some of the work we've done on the house, or give a link?
No, I haven't actually. Come to think of it.
Oh dear, I don't have a jar of instant. We sent Danny both our coffees, and she liked mine best. It's that granulated Moccona.
Moccona, sorry.
But in the morning, I get up and I have a cup of tea first. Always like a cup of tea first. I don't have a cup of tea any other time of the day.
No, me either, like, no. I used to, remember?
Yeah, I took a big size chunk out of it, Laurie, but I'm done. That'll be a morrow job. It's a huge piece of cake. You didn't finish yours either, did you?
No. Your piece was bigger.
We probably get this once every couple of weeks, and normally
No, at
people
least-
come round, we share it.
At least once a week, because the baker we buy it off, she does make a good carrot cake.
When the kids come round, it just disappears in seconds. Woof, gone. Shamo, I can answer that for you. Apparently he's been removed, but he's got a team of lawyers working on the effect of getting him back, I think. Definitely, team of lawyers. Seems the thing to do these days.
Yeah, and what we do, the first thing we do is come out, feed our birds and watch our birds with our first cuppa.
Yep, they wake up at the same time.
Is he really, Leroy?
Nah, Leroy, I'm pretty sure he's just a doorstop at a men's bathhouse. He is but a memory.
A faded one.
Yes. It will always remain that elbow will be a stain on the wall that you'll walk past occasionally and think, what was that stain? Oh, that's right, it was elbow. But eventually, someone will paint over that stain and it will be gone forever. But fear not, Shamo. Another elbow will come along.
Got a bit of catching up to do, Chamo. Chamo. How do you say it?
You say fig leaf.
Yeah, fig leaf. Yeah.
The king wearing the fig leaf. Yes, they breed like Medusa. You cut one head off and two appear. Yes. You could just about make a song, Leroy, couldn't you? Has anybody seen our old friend Obo? Do, 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 do. Many have fallen, and it was expected, and it happened. You can run the gauntlet just so long. Come on, Leroy, do a video of those that have fallen on YouTube on the bottom. You know, like people do, people we lost this year. Leroy Jenkins' video of the bottom of YouTube. I don't think there's many left, actually. I don't look that often, but see, many have just folded. Yeah, no, he's not coming back. He's done. I should do a hangout one saying, drama people welcome. However, women are not allowed to attack other women or they will be booted.
No way.
The room would be empty in about 10 minutes. And that's not a sexist comment at all. You all know the story. Women hate on women on YouTube, sadly. None of the Desert Tribe are gone.
Who's that?
I think she's talking about Slab City people and e-beggars. They will always be there. But I don't think many of them are getting any money, or very little. I went in a couple of years ago and I thought, geez, what a bloody palaver this is. It's just people antagonising other people. And she said, oh no, she didn't. Yes, she did. I heard her say it. I've got recordings. I've got evidence. I'm not hanging around here. Click. I first started on Pal Talk. I had a good bunch of guys that were talking about, I suppose you call it living off grid or producing your own food and energy and things like that. That was really good times. But in the end, I suppose it boils down to we were just sharing knowledge, which I thought was the reason of having online discussions. You know, that was my premise, to be online is to discuss with people and learn from other people. But sadly, social media didn't last long in that category because it just turned down into vile, repetitive hatred on all forms of media. Small people with small minds. It's like, without doubt, I mean, if I just started a fight, and it wouldn't obviously happen, but if I started a fight with Shamo and started attacking him, and it was on for young and old, we'd have 400 people in this room. They love that shit. It's like, you don't see those drama channels do anything but talk badly about someone, attack some group or whatever. There's more purpose in life than doing that. We all have more things in common than we do against each other. But they're lost in those type of hangouts. We're leaving the cheesecake there just to tease Vima coming.
Oh, no, I'll put it away in a minute.
I think she'll reach through the screen in a minute, grab it.
Start there.
Not sure who Toomer is. I think you're talking about Mikey Mike, the ear-bagger in a van. Watched him years ago, but never watched him since. And I always laugh. I mean, it's been forever. I've been on YouTube since about 2006, but I only started my channel in about 2010. And I've just seen e-bagger after e-bagger, some very subtle. I've found some really good channels over the years, I must admit. But there's a lot of nonsense in amongst it. And I imagine, Chamo, now that things are easing up for you, you'll start doing hangouts again? There goes the cheese. There goes the carrot cake. All the VMAX died? Oh dear. Well, I only have one channel, so I can't be bothered making any other channel. Bushcraft, that sounds interesting. Sailing channels. Yep, I love the ocean. You know, I wish it didn't happen, of course. We didn't have the technology, but 40 years ago, with the camera, diving underwater, all the things I did in the ocean, would have made great video. But you can't do that with a Polaroid. Carrot cake's gone, VMAC. It's gone to a better place. The fridge.
Who's Frosty Forest?
Foresty. Forest. My wife is never going to make a newsreader.
Oh my God, no. Well, it'd be frosty if it's in Canada from winter.
True.
What are they about? I'll have
Bushcraft, I imagine. I watched years ago, there was a couple of Canadians I watched who always went out in the bush, made little humpies to sleep under, cleared the area, lit a fire, cooked something. That was interesting. I'm the same, Chema. Even channels I like, I don't comment. I just like watching what they do.
Oh, I'll have to. You can whack that one in, VMAX. Scottish Wanderer.
I'll take the low road, you take the high, and I'll be in Canada before ye. Yes, but my viewing's quite boring. It's archaeology, anthropology, history. A lot of people find that boring. I find it fascinating. Cooking channels, some very, very good ones. Some of the best channels, and you know what I'm saying next. Some of the best channels with great content have no followers. Maybe they don't have that persona or whatever it is, but they're brilliant at what they do. Aquachica. No, never heard of him.
What's that one about, Leroy?
Something to do with water, obviously. Fishing, diving, maybe.
I'm not getting tired.
Is it time to go?
Oh, shortly. It's nearly 9. The weather makes me tired. Still catching up, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like a good combo. Chorizo and chicken. Probably the reverse of your statement would be, VMAC, if you had a metal detector, you'd probably do something.
I've been watching some of those, Leroy. I actually find the magnet fishing cool. I'd like to give that a go.
There's a whole bunch, I did watch videos years ago, a bunch of POMs, English people, who do just that. And they find all sorts of stuff. And they even they're combined with another group that wait for low tide.
I know
And
who's...
check the areas.
Yeah, I know who's talking about now. Now I read the name again. I do watch that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Be careful with World War II ordnance.
Yeah, depending what they find with that magnet fishing, they call the police and they put it on camera and show the police. So yes, no, or they take it or say no, you can just chuck that. It's interesting watching it.
Next winter we may go metal detecting for gold.
No, yeah, magnet fishing is my kind of fishing. You can do normal fishing, and I'll do magnet fishing.
Well, we know who's going to be eating.
Yeah, well.
No, I suppose it's something, VMAC, that if you found some gold, say, when you went out in your first 2 attempts, you'd probably keep doing it. The old gold fever would click in. No, I tend not to fight with anyone. It's pointless, Shamo. It's like, I always say in an argument, what's the reward? And people say, what do you mean? Well, if you're arguing vehemently about a subject matter, but there's no reward, what's the point? If you're fighting for truth, it's a bit different, but just generally having a difference of opinion and turn it into a big cat fight, there are no winners. It's like people's emotions, and Drama Channel is a classic example. People's emotions and thoughts. Well, before they go into that room, they're probably thinking about feeding the cat, putting something on for dinner, coming back from the shops. But when they enter that room, other people's feelings and thoughts conflict with theirs. So there's an argument. Secret, don't go in the damn rooms.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They're not cheap. Some good ones in Australia looking at 2,000 or 3,000 for a good metal detector. But you also get those little ones, like you'll find, I've done it years ago, you'd go around with a metal detector and you'd have little metal strips with a flag on top, and you just push it in the ground. Bright colours, you know, orange or whatever. And then you go and do about 2 hours doing that, and then you come back with the metal detector and a wand, which is a small metal detector. And you get down to the nitty gritty of what's there. $2.18. Just another 400 days and you'll pay for the metal detector, Leroy. Gold is incredibly at a high at the moment, and it won't be going down for a while, that's for sure. And we've got plenty of the stuff here. You just got to get out and do it. Trying to convince the missus to sleep in like a tent or a large van is a bit difficult. She likes camping, but it's generally as long as there's 24-hour room service and a 5-star tent.
Yes, glamping.
Yeah, it's really big.
Yes, it is.
There's quite a lot of channels on YouTube, Australians. You know, if you went out, I think an ounce is worth, I don't know, a couple of grand in Australia. I haven't been keeping an eye on it. But you only got to find basically quarter of an ounce on a weekend. It's $500. Not allowed. Yeah, we got a lot of alluvial gold. But the country's pretty, you can't really go out there after this month. You can't go after November, it's just too hot. But you can go May, June, July and August. They're good months. Yeah, I think some of the, see, it's you get what you pay for. If you are serious about looking for gold, you don't go and buy a $100 metal detector. Pointless. You go and buy an expensive equipment, special equipment to work with it, but then you get what you pay for. If you find a fair bit of gold, you pay for your equipment in a pretty short time. Has been going to work. Yes, that's an assured payment method. Well, we drove through an old gold mining town called Coolgardie, and they have had so many boom and busts. Like the town struggling when we went through it, but it had, you know, some of these country towns had like 20 pubs, and there was only like 400 people lived in the town, but all the miners would come in every night and drink, and some used the accommodation.
I've got gold from where I used to live. It was found about
Yeah, we got some bits and
5
pieces of gold.
5 kilometres away from where I lived. It was found by my friend and given to me.
You rarely find gold unless you find quartz. It's pretty much the standard here. I haven't heard anything, Shamo, so I don't know.
He's asking VMAX.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Well, he's talking about one person.
Mel had hail. When she got home, a windstorm and hail.
Yeah, we copped that, but we didn't get the hail.
No,
She should have messaged you, did she?
yeah, before I forgot to tell you. That's what she said.
Poor old Norm. Mr. Gullible. Norm's the only organ grinder I've known on the bottom of YouTube that can never play a tune. think Shamo is talking about the Canadian St Jude's person.
Oh.
But BMAC, a leopard can never change their spots.
Oh, BMAC knows who he's talking about though.
Now she
Or the different ones.
You will always pay a price for deception, no matter how clever you think you are.
I might go and play a bit of my game and bed.
Yes, I think it's time to toodle off. Princess is getting tired. And we shall see all of you another day. Good to see you, Shamo. Good to see you back into your retirement months of winter. And if you start a hangout, of course, we'll pop on over. Watch Mr. Figleaf in action live, uninterrupted. This is the CBC, and here is
And Leroy, get out there and do
Figleaf.
Leroy, do some metal detecting and put it on video.
I don't know if Leroy does videos. Have a good day, wherever you are, and we'll see you all again another time. Good night.